Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to AFLNT's coverage of the 2025-26 TIO NTFL Men's Premier League round number 9. At last we got back to football. It's the Indigenous round, time to honour the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island players and officials who have shaped and enriched our game for generations. And today it's the Bombers taking on Waratah on the Tiwi Islands, and my name is Mark Dodge, and I'm joined by my commentary partner again, Stu Davis. G'day, Stu.
G'day, Dodgy. How are you?
Fantastic. I'm looking forward to this game.
Yeah, it should be really good, shouldn't it? Both teams in pretty good form. Of course, Tiwi was supposed to have the bye last week, and everyone else didn't play either. So both teams coming in with pretty equal preparation. Yeah,
and you can see there that they're forming an honour there to honour the Aboriginal players of past and future. It's fantastic. We do this every year in the NTFL. And I think it was pretty interesting. Straight after Cyclone Fina, that Wurrumiyanga island got hit pretty hard, and the very next morning, the Sunday before it was even all clear, the locals were out there clearing the ground to making sure that this game could take part.
Yeah, a terrific community response, wasn't it? And of course, they only get the 2 or 3 home games a season over at Wurrumiyanga, and it's really embraced, really important to the community over there that they get those games. And so they've had one already, got this one, and then another one next week against the Tigers.
Yes, so it's a pretty good sides going over to play football, and these two sides, I think, on paper are fairly evenly matched, Stu. And one of the things that is going to be very interesting is how do Waratah adjust to the conditions over there. It's a lot hotter than it is here, and quite overcast, as you can see. And they've had the trip over on the ferry this morning, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. That's the way it happens at the moment.
Yep.
The ferry trip over, but players are pretty resilient, and they're given plenty of time to get there and get themselves prepared and organised. So yeah, the main thing obviously is hydration for the trip over and preparation for the game. So yeah, I expect Waratah to be pretty well prepared. Ricky Nolan is the coach, of course. He's been over there a number of times with different teams and knows all about it.
Yeah, Paddy Bowden, of course, coaching Tiwi, so they're both very experienced in these sort of conditions. And the Tiwi have beaten the last 2 of the last 3 games, so it's an interesting sort of match up, this one. I'm not sure which way it's going to go. I'd probably put my hard-earned 20 cents on the Bombers, but you just never know in this sort of game.
Yeah, that's right. You'd think that looks like Tiwi have won the toss and kicking to the left of screen, but yeah, you would think that there's some sort of advantage for Tiwi playing at home, and most of their players not having to travel, which is the complete opposite of what they have to face most of the year. So yeah, they're keen to make the home ground a real advantage for them.
For sure, and it's one of those things where they get a psychological advantage too, because it is their home ground. All the locals come out, as we said. They supported the ground last week to get it clear, and they live and die for footy over there, and they love those games they have at the start of the season. Obviously, you can't play again after Christmas because it gets too wet, too rough to get over there. But it's unusual for interstate viewers for us to have a cyclone so early in the season. But luckily, we just caught the outside of it. But Wurrumiyanga Oval and the Tiwis copped it full on, so they had some pretty tough stuff to clean up.
Yeah, they did, and they've done that well. But the positive out of it is the effect on the surface. I think at the Oval, it's looking as green as I've ever seen it for an NTFL match, and yeah, obviously they needed to get the lawnmowers out and do a hefty job, but it's looking fantastic at the moment. Spectacular,
and that's not usual this time of year for people who are not used to seeing games over there. It's usually yellow and quite hard when you hit it, but and hard underfoot too when you're running hard towards goals or out of goals. It's hard on your feet. That plantar fasciitis gets into your feet there if you're not careful.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, so you can see that the trees around the ground, lots of the spectators huddled under them. It's pretty warm out in the sun, so take whatever opportunity there is to get in the shade. So the players lining up here, and the big fella in the middle for Tiwi is an interesting one. Tom Goodwin is his name, and he's been playing over in Gove the last couple of seasons, but has a fair bit of VFL experience before that. So
and a giant of a man, too strong across the shoulders, you can see, and lots of height. So that's going to be interesting. If he's able to handle the conditions over there, I think he's going to be a real force for this game.
Yeah, that's right. It's obviously he hasn't played a hell of a lot of footy over the last couple of years, so interesting inclusion, as I said, and see how he shapes up. And we're ready for start. The ball's up in the air, and it's Goodwin up against Jorgensen, and ball on the ground. Tars first, hands on the ball, back to Jorgensen, followed up well, kicks long down into the forward line. The mark being claimed, the hand pass comes off, and a chip kick across from Gaspar. Now the hand pass back into Stevens. Oh, a bit of clever footwork, but his kick was just touched off the boot there, and Tiwi tidying up off the back close to the boundary line. Braden McLean working in a phone box really, but finds himself some space and delivers nicely, and they're away. Lakoviak takes the mark and kicks across half back. It's a well directed kick, and the mark taken by Lockyer, and they move it straight up the middle of the ground through the hands to Sam Darley, but his kick chopped off at half back by Robbie Barty, the captain for Waratah today, in the absence of their normal captain Scotty Carlin. So
it's prolific at the moment, isn't it? The pace in this game is incredible. Both sides are running really hard and laying some tackles as Waratah going to attack again.
So through the hands on the outside, Murature gives and then receives back on the left foot, round down towards half forward, where Nick Hoare tries to keep it in play, unable to do so. Nick Hoare, playing his first game for the season, has played for a number of seasons for Tars now, but back in for his first game for the season, so good to see him back.
They're going very wide, as a lot of sides do here on this ground, towards the club there, and that's you can get trapped on that side. If you watch what Tiwi do, they'll trying to come from the other side, the skinnier side, to get the ball through.
So Big Goodwin using his strength there, got the hit out. Hand pass comes out the back to McLean. McLean thumps it long around the wing, punched away from behind, close to the boundary line. There's a free kick been paid here. It's going to go Tars' way, and they go deep inside forward 50 again, right in the goal square now. There's a juggle for it, and working back was Brendan Cantilla, happy to take the pressure and concede the rush behind.
Cantilla does that all the time. He's just a great backman when it comes. He's happy to get back out of the midfield and help his backline where he needs to.
So the kick in play, that's beautifully marked out there by Francis Tippingwoody on the wing. Now plays on close to the boundary line, off hands. It's on the deck. Withers in there, gets a hand pass out. Eventually it comes out to Stevens, working back through the midfield, and he kicks in short. The kick was good, but Emboscado spilt the mark. Recovers pretty well though, back to Stevens, and now Tars a chance through Barty again to clear out of defence, but that one's chopped off beautifully by Willie Rioli. He chips it out wide and finds Anzac Lakoviak, drills it into the pocket, but Barty once again takes the intercept mark. Read that beautifully.
Barty's everywhere at the moment, isn't he, in that back line?
Oh, Emboscado, it's a bit of a scrubber of a kick, but it works out okay. Finding Russell goes out towards the wing, but again it's Tiwi chopping it off and looking to bring it back in. Comes into the hands of Darley, fires off a quick hand pass, and now the pass inboard finds Anzac Lakoviak inside forward 50 for Tiwi, and he has the chance to score the first goal and put Tiwi's first score on the board.
Terrific bit of play there from the Bombers, just to kept the eyes down, made sure they looked for a player that was on lead and just put it perfectly in front. That's just how you want the ball to come in if you're a forward. And he's going to have a pretty good shot here. I think he's a good chance to get this one.
Yeah, quality player, played a fair bit of football at Central Districts in the SNFL. It's a set shot kick, and you could see that one's just banged into that goal post. So just the behind on the board, so that's the first score for the game. You can see around the ground there's been a fair bit of clearing from the Cyclone, so the spectators have actually got a bit more chance to see the game, but it's a bit of a shame for some of those old growth trees. Mark taken on the outer side by Hillis, gives off by hand, and Tars take it around the wing and pass back in. Now they try to work it through Hillis again. That's a good pass, and the mark taken inside forward 50 by Murature, and he looks like he's going to go back and take the set shot. And
just looking at the ground there, Stu, it's very true. It's bouncing well for him, and it's great because that means there's been a good soaking right through the roots, so that's going to make it a good game to watch all game through. There's no reason why they shouldn't be able to get plenty of pace.
So the set shot from Murature on the way, looks good. It's being clapped through by his teammates in the goal square, and so the first goal of the game is on the board to Waratah, and through the agency of Luca Murature. So a good start from Tars.
Yes,
You know, we talked about the travel over and the preparation, but yeah, they've been right in the contest, taken it forward a few times and get the first goal on the board.
Very important over there to get a couple of up early if you can, because what that means is it takes the hometown advantage a little bit away from the home team in Tiwi. Makes them think, make it look over the shoulder a little bit, and they've done all the attacking so far, and you know, they've got reward for effort there, so they're currently leading 1-1-7 to 1 point.
So Jorgensen and Goodwin again.
Jorgensen killed him then.
Spills out to Watkins coming in off the wing. Oh, the big fellow Goodwin. Big no, don't argue. Got rid of one, got tackled in the end, and now the ball spills to the advantage here of Cantilla. His hand pass inboard didn't help his teammates too much, but Thompson's recovered beautifully. Got round a couple of Waratah opponents. Kicks high inside forward 50. Hands on the ball there was Carter for Tars. Couldn't hold the marks, and good strength and a quick kick in. That's touched on the way through, I think. And through for another Tiwi behind.
And you can always see the difference between the way the two sides are playing. Tars are kick to position, and the Tiwi are just happy to keep that ball moving forward. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes, because it's hard. It takes a lot of energy to keep doing it that way.
RT brings it in near side of the ground this time, and nice mark, hands out in front by Jorgensen, just backward of the wing, in front of the camera here. It's a good pass forward, finding Timmy Kiranua. He's kept running on. The hand pass comes back towards his advantage, but he gets wrapped in the tackle there. And was the initial contact high? I think that's the way it's been seen. So Timmy Kiranua with the chance to score. Of course, Timmy Kiranua, a Tiwi Islander himself, but been at Waratah for some years now. Played his junior football there, and he'd be keen to impress back at home. Wheels around and then hooks it back. The kick looks pretty good, but there's a bit of breeze there, caught hold of it and just pushed it off to the right and through for behind.
You can't miss him. He's a commentator's plus, because he's got that hair that looks pretty good, doesn't it? It's magnificent.
Bit of colour in it as well.
Yeah, the colour too, yes.
So
very
short to McLean.
McLean directing traffic, isn't he?
Yeah, trying to get players to move laterally for him. But this one strongly marked out in front by big Kenner, Sam Kenner. At half forward, wastes no time, gets it into the goal square, and he's got a player just sitting all by himself out the back. Joel Hillis, I think it is. And Hillis will have the chance for a set shot. He's only about 10 metres out. The angle's pretty sharp, but pretty close in. Kick on the way, looks good, it is. And yeah, Waratah with the opening 2 goals of the game here at Wurrumiyanga Oval. And Joel Hillis has had a few touches, been prominent already. Well,
as we said earlier, they're playing a different sort of game, the two sides. One side's trying to push the ball forward at all costs, and the other's looking to kick to position it. So far, Waratah have looked the goods with the kick to position, and they've looked very strong and come here to play the game, haven't they, today?
Yeah, that's right, and using the ball well, finding players at forward of centre, which is always helpful, that you can make those connections going forward and give yourself a chance to score.
They've taken the big fella off and put who's that into ruck there, 27?
Yeah, it's Lockyer, Nigel Lockyer.
Yeah,
coming in to do the ruck work.
See how he goes here, because Jorgensen's been winning that.
2-footed leap off the ground, a bit like Willie Farah. But Hillis again gets the hand pass on the outside. Stevens running through, kicks long towards goal, just didn't have enough carry on it, and getting back there, Tipper Mary got a fingertip to it.
And if you play the ground, this ground that way, you can get a ball down very quickly, because it's not very long, it's very wide, and that's the way we play that sort of hustle game to keep their ball going forward. So it's been proven to be good for Waratah so far, as we get the ball out to about 50.
Yep, just working it around the wing. Koviak out there, just slowing things down. And Zach Koviak trying to find Munkara, punches it away and then recovers the ball himself. Turns around cleverly on the spot and delivers further afield to McLean, who switches inboard, but that's not particularly well directed and puts Tiwi under some pressure as Tars get it in the hands. The kick out from Watkins was a bit of a scrubber and got rebounded back, where McLean gets another kick inside 550 looking for Brendan Cantilla. Gets a hand pass inboard, but it's Tars again.
Trying to fumble.
Yeah, that's right, but allows Lockyer in. He's off and running with a bounce inside 50. Kicks on the left towards goal. It's a pretty good looking kick. Bounces right just before the goal line and comes backwards, and Carter tidies it up for Tars, and they managed to clear it away without conceding a score at all. So
took the on break, not the off break, and that just sort of held up in the air, didn't it?
Unlucky, wasn't it? The bounce, but ball out now to Francis Tippingwoody. Kicks high in towards the forward pocket. Some work for Tars to do in defence. Carter it is who gets the hand pass, trying to find Lockie Nash. He's under all sorts of pressure out there, and tackle close to the boundary line. Sees the ball carried over, and it'll be a boundary throw-in in the right forward pocket for Tiwi Bombers.
And as this game opens up, as it will because of the heat and the conditions, it's going to be interesting to see whether Tars can keep playing that kick to position, and that's a game that sort of holds up in these conditions usually.
So from the boundary throw in, Jorgensen had it all to himself, but gave it, his hit out went straight down to Lakoviak, whose kick was way offline and out of bounds on the full. So
unlucky. I mean, he looked pretty lively, isn't he, Lakoviak, around the packs, and he's giving him something to kick to up there. So hopefully he can get his kicking boots on and make those scores count.
So Seb Carter to bring the ball back in for Tars.
It's really important the Bombers get a goal here. They mustn't let go into quarter time without a score on the board.
It's a free kick to Russell here for a high contact called to play on now. Kicks along that outer wing where most of the players been for the day. Running onto it was Nick Hoare. Delivers nicely inboard to Joel Stevens. He's propped and stopped and then got swamped by Tiwi players and eventually got the ball slipped out as he was tackled, and fair enough, the free kick was paid.
He's looking, but doesn't seem to have any. He's going to go down the line, I think, to a contest.
Yep. A big leap from behind, and what a mark that is from Brendan Cantilla, a one-on-one, and wastes no time, delivers inside forward 50, where Thaddeus Portjimmy has made some space. He had a couple of options. King Cantilla was there as well, but contender for mark of the year from Brendan Cantilla, up high on the shoulders.
How strong does he look in the air like that? And he just timed that jump beautifully. It looked like there was going to be a 3-on-1 situation with Tars in control, but he just took the ball out of the air, and fabulous. And they're going to have a shot on goal, a real chance to get their first one up here.
So Portjimmy with the kick towards goal, but just missed it off to the left. So they've had some opportunities that they've missed. But three scoring shots to Tiwi and 5 to Tars, and they lead by 12 points. So it's a turn straight over though. Yeah, another poorly directed kick, and Francis Tippingwoody gleefully takes the mark now. Kicks long towards goal into the goal square, and the mark taken there by Jack Steele. Jack Steele, of course, leading the goal kicking in the league at this stage of the competition, and should be a pretty straightforward shot for him from directly in front.
He's kicked 14 goals for the year, and he's definitely first in league, and he's only played the 7 games, so he's had a fabulous start to the season.
Yeah, been a really important inclusion for Tiwi this year. Just gives them some height and strength up forward to aim to and to work around. So
Tiwi's first.
Yeah, he's thumped that one through. Wasn't going to just chip it through. Gave it everything, and Tiwi are on the board through Jack Steele and some great footy, but. You're just going back to that Brendan Cantilla mark. The good thing was it just landed on his feet, and he was ready to offload the ball as soon as he was on his feet, basically, and that's the way it worked out. So
and found the Waratah players sort of just all looking up in the air because they were still seeing where the ball was, but it was down and forward, and that's what's it's made that goal, and it's a fabulous example of what can actually happen over there on Tiwi Islands with these young lads playing, or these lads playing football at this level.
Yep. So
currently it's 1-3-9 to the Tiwi to 2-3-15 Waratah, so it's a very, very close game as you'd expect, and lots of energy being expended by both teams.
Yep, 14.5 minutes gone. Lockyer's still in there, but now he's up against Kenner. Kenner got the hands to it, but the hand pass comes out the back to Darley, who kicks it high up in the air. They're having to sit underneath this one, but Hillier judged it best and took the nice mark. Hillis, took the nice mark and delivers on the outside where Cody Zust gives a hand pass and then receives back and now drills a pass inside forward 50. The pass is good. Bounced off the chest initially of Nick Hoare, but managed to grab it on the second attempt. And he'll go back and have a set shot, and he'll only be about 25 or 30 metres out. So
Cody's just absolute champion. That's a great kick, that one. He just drilled that forward and he knew exactly where the ball was going to go, and his disposal's been fantastic. He'd be leading their best and fairest this year, I think.
Yeah, that's right. So no hope for defender to chop that one off. It's just a matter of the conversion here as the kick's on the way, but again there's that breeze is just pushing the ball across, and the players have got to adjust to that pretty quickly. I think a couple of misses at that end and one at the other end. So McLean brings it in quickly, goes high out to the near side of the ground where the mark's taken by Port Jimmy. Thaddeus Port Jimmy.
He's looking to offload, but he's going to have to go down the line again, I think. He's played on and gone around the player.
Gets around the player on the mark and
unforgivable.
Gets himself in space with a couple of bounces. Now on the left drills a pass and beautifully weighted kick. Willie Rioli takes the mark, plays on quickly inside 50, picked up by Lockyer, but his kick wasn't the best, and Tar's able to intercept here as it's cleverly batted on to Zust, who hand passes inboard. You're under pressure. It's a bit like basketball out there, just zoned off, and eventually the pressure has seen the ball taken over the boundary line for a throw-in.
As you called it, Stu, the pressure's definitely gone up, and Tiwi have been the instigators of that. They've actually got tight on their players, and they've realised that they're right in this game. Of course, they never were not in it, but they've got their tails up, and they're pushing hard to get another one.
Great hit out there from Lockyer to Rioli. Gets the hand pass over the top to Twycross. He got tackled and the ball spilled out, so it's going to be a Tars free kick. And Hillis has picked it up. I'm not sure he was the tackler, but takes the kick anyway, and finds his teammate Kyle Russell at centre half back.
So you're watching the AFLNT's coverage of the 225-26 TIO NTFL season, live here from live on NT News and community TV channels, live here from Wurrumiyanga Oval on the Tiwis.
So Charles just chipping it forward. Brandon Moo on the end of this one at the forward edge of the centre square, drills a pass in. The pass is good, and stretching up, taking the mark was Gaspar for Waratah. Jake Gaspar, who's played a couple of games for them now, and he's looks a lively forward. He's got a chance with a set shot here.
Brandon Moo's played a lot of football at Nightcliff Junior Football and through, and he's decided to try his wares at TAR. So there's a few ex-Tigers playing in this Waratah lineup, as there are in most clubs. They move around a little bit, but he's been a terrific find for Waratah too this year.
That is Easton Willie Rioli having a bit of a laugh there in the foreground. Good to see. But, kick on the way from Gaspar, goes long, and I think he was allowing for that breeze, and it didn't take it that time. He's missed it to the left.
It's an incredibly hard ground. That end of the ground is hard to kick goals on. It swirls around and it carries around, a bit like the MCG in Victoria. Not quite as big.
Tim Cantilla from the back pocket. It's just knocked to the ground, picked up by Paulson, keeps it in play. No, he didn't keep it in play. The boundary umpire's calling that one back, so it'll be a boundary throw in at half forward for Waratah.
As we approach the latter part of this quarter, how have you seen the matchups?
Yeah, pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with Tars. 2 goals 5. I think they would have liked to have taken more, made more of their opportunities. So, but they're looking strong around the contest. And Hillis there again gets another touch back to Paulson. Paulson kicks high, just reaching over the top. Carlson Cantilla, a great mark, and he wastes no time getting it to the outside on the outer wing. Port Jimmy takes that mark, plays on, gets past the player in front of him. Now he's off and running with a bounce on the left, delivers out close to the boundary line, and Lukoviak chips it over the top, but just too much on it, and chopped off again by Barty, who's just really been the general back in defence for Tars so far in the game. He receives again, kicks long down towards half forward. The mark spilt there, and good second effort to force the ball out the back. Hillis gets a hand pass to Stevens. Stevens quickly inside forward 50. Kick. A great kick, but good defensive work from McLean.
McLean just cleaned him up, didn't he? He just put the ball forward, and he's got the run of the ground here, so there's a chance to set up for another one for the Bombers going out of defence and back up towards their goal line.
Yeah, beautifully done, and Willie Munkara takes the mark at half-back. Just
Wants to get a move on.
slows things up.
It's only been 3 goals kicked, boy.
So casually chips inboard, no problem at all, and finds Thompson. Michael Thompson. Gee, they are really static at the moment, aren't they?
Just not moving, yeah.
Waiting for something to open up for them as ball spills out, and Willie Rioli just trying to get round the Tars players that close in on. Does well to get the hand pass back to Goodwin. Now to Thompson. Gee, there's not much room to move close to the boundary there. Willie Rioli drills
Signed
one
off
in,
beautiful.
and the mark claim, but it's stolen by Dwayne Karanua. He went for a bounce and lost control of the footy, and now it's Tars bring it away from half-back again as they get it out wide.
Just starting to do a few things around the ground too, isn't he, Willie Rioli, and setting a few things up going forward.
So kick inboard finds Brendan Cantilla. He marks and wheels around on the right boot, kicks long straight down the middle of the ground. The touched over the back, Emboscado clears away. He's got a player in some space here, that's Zust, and he's off and running now with a bounce, calling for players to lead to him. Chips over the top nicely, and
Zust, yeah.
Finds his teammate Gasper again. So Gasper, another chance here. Looks like he's keen to offload this one, but might have to eventually go back and have the set shot.
Well, you'd think he's a specialist forward, that's within range, you'd think, but I think he's just a bit worried about that swirling wind.
I think he's just...
which goalpost he's got to aim for? Maybe the right.
Just cleverly opening up the angle a bit here as he walks backwards. So, we're 21 and a half minutes in. Gasper with the set shot. We've got a terrific view of this from right behind. Kicked on the way. No, he was never confident, was he? And in fact, he's missed everything in the end. So that breeze taking it away to the right.
I think we could blame the breeze and be nice, but I think I think he was aiming for that right goalpost and it shanked it off the side of his boot. So unfortunate, because that would have been a bit of a statement from Tars going into this break. But there's nothing in this game so far, and it's an exciting game to watch. There's certainly two different styles of play.
So Hams bringing the ball back into play for Tiwi. Goes long, close to the boundary line. There's a whistle on the play here. Ball's gone off hands over the boundary line, but I think that's the quarter time siren, in fact.
Right,
looks like the players are walking to their huddles, so that is the end of the first quarter, Dodgy.
Yeah, look, exciting start. The Tiwi exciting to play as they usually do. They've got 1 goal, 3-9. They're up against Tars, who have played that set play, 2 goals, 5-17 so far. I think they've probably looked the more polished side, but we'd have to go back to that Brendan Cantilla mark. What a spectacular mark. He's definitely going to be in contention at the Nichols Medal presentations in Mark of the Year, that one.
Yeah, fantastic. So there we are, quarter time here at Wurrumiyanga, and it's the visitors, Waratah, leading by 8 points. We'll be back with the second quarter shortly.
We're for being in it together. Like Danny's team. She'll be captain next year.
For real?
For real! Or like this couple, celebrating their anniversary.
29 years today.
30?
Whoops, awkward. Well, congrats either way. And Sarah. She loves walking at East Point every Saturday with her besties.
Keep up.
I'm trying, Sarah. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston, where you're always welcome. Our cafe is the perfect place to unwind while the kids let loose in our fully supervised kids club. From our weekly lunch deals to nightly dinner specials, great steak, schnitzels, all your favourite pub classics and modern Asian cuisine. A great selection of drinks, tasty meals, a bit of friendly competition and the best sport. Kazali's has got you sorted. Check out what's happening at kazalisnt.com.au.
Are you ready to beat the coach?
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This is my city, yeah, this is my team.
Play now at supercoach.com.au.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch.
Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
We're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back, up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back.
Top End Footy is back. It's fast, tough and a pure display of Territory passion. From the heat of the day to the electricity of the night games, every clash is fierce. Each moment better than the last.
Goal! They're into front!
This is our game, our way. Top End Footy. Nothing comes close.
Yeah, welcome back to AFL&T's coverage of the TIO NTFL Men's Premier League game here on Tiwi Islands, the Wurrumiyanga Oval, round 9 between the Tiwi Bombers and Waratah, which is about to get underway in this second quarter. Stuart, looks like a same sort of setup in the middle again, but they've got the big fella back in the middle there, so Tom Goodwin.
Yeah, and Jorgensen back in there is, you're just saying off air, Dodgy's got his hand to most of them, Jorgensen, hasn't he? He's been really good for Tars all season, and a bit of spring in his step, gets his hand to that one again as we're underway. But Hillis, who's had plenty of the football early, his hand passed astray that time, chopped off by McLean, who got tackled to the ground. Eventually it spills to Daly, who kicks high down towards half forward for Tiwi. The ball bouncing, Emboscado trying to corral it, but he's got Francis Tipping-Woody on his tail there, and they eventually Tars work it away to Stevens, who hand passes forward and then receives back and keeps running, gives again and receives again. He's under some pressure, gets the hand pass inboard to Jorgensen. Jorgensen kicks inside forward 50, but just drifting back there. The mark taken by Kurt Dunn, and he uses it nicely to McLean, who's wastes no time and runs forward and then kicks long. That's a terrific kick to Anzac Lakoviak. He's off and running, kicks towards goal, but again that's kicking to that end. Just the ball keeps getting pushed away by the breeze to the right hand side.
Lakoviak's looked really lively around the packs, and he uses the ball beautifully. He did try to kick a goal there, I think, but it was just it got caught up in that breeze.
So it bounced just inside the boundary line. It's a throw in, so
another chance.
Real chance here for Tiwi. It's from the throw in. It's picked up by Lockyer. Swings back over his shoulder on the left, but he's hooked that too far and through for another Tiwi behind. So
making hard work of the goals down that end. It must be a lot harder than it looks from our commentary position. I think that breeze is getting up a little bit as well.
So Barty bringing it in, going the outer side. Well delivered kick to Zeus. Zeus looks to play on now, chips it around the wing, and mark taken on the outer side by Paulson. Kicks long. Oh, Jorgensen, nice mark. Just snatched it out of the air and now kicks over the top. Great kick to Hillis. He plays on with a hand pass over the top. Here's a chance for Tars, swinging back on the left. The kick from Nick Hoare is pretty good, I think. That was a goal to Tars and a terrific passage of play around that outer side. Just clean hands and wasting no time getting the ball moving forward. And in the end, Nick Hoare with a bit of footwork to get himself back around on the left boot, and made no mistake.
Copybook stuff wasn't straight out of the playbook. That's exactly how you play football on this ground. You get the ball moving, kick to position, and it all started with Cody Zoost winning that ball in the middle, and he's such a good user of the footy. He sets things up. It's some spectacular play, and just knew what they were doing going forward. I think that's a bit of an indication of how they play footy, Waratah.
Yeah, and Jorgensen involved again. He's an important player both in the ruck and around the ground.
Gives you something everywhere, doesn't he? Not just in the ruck.
Yeah, that's right. So good clean hands and good use of the footy. So
there's a towering man there standing in the forward, but he looks like a midget next to Tom Goodwin.
Manning just making sure everything's in order and throws it up now. Jorgensen again over the top, but this time he's tackled strongly by Goodwin and wrapped up, and will be a ball up again.
I'm sure that's what he's thinking, Goodwin. Perhaps I can't get the big leap that Jorgensen's got. Maybe I'll go the secondary effort.
Yeah, so he's going in to stand side by side with Jorgensen that time, try to muscle him out of the way, but the ball spills to Tiwi. Oh, cleverly done by Daly with the hit back to Thompson. Thompson ducks back in on the inside, kicks long, but Tars again well set up behind the play, and Lockie Nash chips out wide, finding Paulson on that outer wing. Paulson chips it around, but once again Brendan Cantilla got a spring in his step today, hasn't he?
He has, and I don't mind the way the Bombers play that. They just kick to that forward line. They think they're competing forwards are going to come forward as they have here.
So now Kim Cantilla trying to get around. It's a couple of Tars opponents. Loops a hand pass over the top. Lakoviak pushes a couple away, kicks in towards the goal square. Great kick, and steal again in the goal square. Out in front, and it was just about a 5 metre lead, but some terrific work by Lakoviak, just getting rid of a couple of opponents and then drilled the pass in, and Steele has another set shot from inside the goal square. So
just constant pressure from the Tiwi caused that ball to come forward like that. So fabulous play from the Tiwi Bombers.
So the kick from Steele, no problem. We'd be happy to get his marks there all day inside the goal square. It makes goal kicking a lot easier. So he's got his second and Tiwi's second for the game, and they get an answer to the Nick Hoare goal a couple of minutes ago.
He looks the most lively of all the forwards on the ground currently, and that's probably why he's leading the goal kicking currently during the league. But gee, it was a great spot to be in. If you're 10 metres out right in front of goals, that's where you want to take the mark. Yeah,
it's like he knew exactly where the ball was going to go and just held his opponent off, and a quick sprint to get hands to it. So
kudos to Lukoviak, who just set up beautifully and just picked the player out. It seemed like to me like maybe it was a set play.
So a big good one up against Kenner this time. Stevens thought he might have got a high free kick. Gave the hand pass off to Hillis. He's off and running with a bounce, gets it over the top, and Hillis waiting to receive again. He's going to be under pressure here, and the ball spilled out, but losing the footing allows it to come back, and Tars with a chance. The kick comes in, but the left foot kick was just inside the behind post, and another point to Waratah.
So both sides are throwing everything they've got at each other at this point of the quarter, because it gets hot. It's about 33, 34 degrees over there. It feels like 37, 38 because of the humidity. So it's energy sapping this sort of weather, which means that you've got to manage your players and put your pressure on when you can.
Straight down the middle of the ground, but intercept mark taken by Kenner. Just elects to go short to Russell. Russell takes the mark and plays on now. Kicks long inside 50, but beautifully read by Carlson Cantilla again. He chips across the face of goal to McLean, as they often do. Get it in the hands of McLean to use it coming out of defence. He goes long and wide to the outer side of the ground. No mark taken there by Tipungwoody as he rolls over. There's a free kick this time going to Hillis.
Moves it quickly.
Yeah, he does, and uses it nicely to English. Jack English for Tars. Chips the ball inboard. The mark spilt by Stevens, but able to recover. Got the hand pass across. Long kick into the goal square. Offhand, Zeus hooks it over his shoulder. It's a great finish from Cody Zeus. Read it well off hands and off a step. Just hooked it straight over his shoulder and through for another Waratah goal.
He's a great player, isn't he? And he's just he had the ball just lined up and knew exactly where to be, front and centre. And that's the sort of goal that you want your small forwards and your running midfielders to get their feet around. That's fabulous, and it's brought that margin right back again to 14 points. So they're right in this game, and it's a great game to watch. Both sides are playing some quality football here.
Yeah, it is good, and the Tars coaching staff will be pretty happy with the way they've started this game in the first quarter and a half. We just haven't been able to get much free movement with the ball going forward, and have been restricted in their scoring opportunities as Kenner gets a hand, and Hillis again, another touch out of the middle, kicks long, and got a player out in space all by himself here, and the mark taken, and that's Kyle Russell out there.
I'm not sure what happened there, because they were all set up for the bounce, but made plenty of space on his own somehow, and he's got himself free and clear and ready for a nice shot on goal.
Yep, just got some separation from his opponent, and Kyle Russell with the chance. Tars again on the left, kicks long towards goal, but just dragged that one to the right and through for another Waratah behind. So another chance gone missing. Kyle Russell's he's played a bit with South Fremantle in the Waffle, and played a couple of games this season already for Tars. So
veteran Ashton Hams is looking to get the ball out, but he's calling on his players to make some moves so that they can get ball moving forward.
So eventually he runs out of the goal square, kicks long to the near side of the ground from the marking contest.
Big good when he takes a big tackle, doesn't he?
He does. He's strong in those tackles, gives nothing away, but
nothing.
It's clever from Kenner to hook it back in, but got wrapped up straight away. Goodwin trying to move him out of the way. Zeus at ground level, delivers nicely inboard, and finds Harvey Roberts, whose kick finds Hillis again. He kicks towards half forward, but hits Tiwi with first hands on the ball across half back, and They run it out. The long hand pass comes on the bounce to William Munkara. Munkara kicks inside 50. He's got a player out wide. Brendan Cantilla has a couple of bounces. He runs in towards goal. The hand pass to Steele. Oh, I'm not sure that was the best idea to Willie Rioli, but Willie made it work, of course, as the looping hand pass came over, but just cleverly made himself some space and kicked the goal. So good work by Tiwi Bombers again, a good build-up and a good goal.
I think that must have been instruction from the coach to keep the ball moving, but probably not that last handball. But as it would say, the great Willie Rioldi, the AFL veteran and long-term player up here in the territory, just fabulous the way he got hold of that ball and made sure it got through. So that's a great goal from Tiwi. They've put themselves right back into the game again. It's very, very close. At this stage, it's hard to tell which way this is going to go, but the thing you know about Tiwi is if they're close to you in the last quarter, look out, because they're very, very good at finishing.
Yeah, that's right, and especially over there with the home crowd getting behind them. So,
and a good crowd today, and obviously they all got out and helped clear the ground, as we said, in that first quarter, and they're there to support their boys in this fabulous game of footy from Wurrumiyanga Oval.
So from the restart, hooking it back in was Emboscado. The Zeus gets a hand pass over his shoulder to the advantage of Stevens. Stevens kicks forward, inside forward 50. Tiwi working hard in defence through Dunn again. He gets a hand pass to Mihail Lakoviak. Lakoviak long down towards half forward. The mark taken by Lockyer. He wheels around on the left, kicks inside 50 and big steal, got rid of his opponent, took the mark juggling as he fell backwards, and he's going to have another close range set shot going for his third.
Spectacular mark this time from Steele, and he's just a live wire down there, isn't he? Gives him plenty, and what a fabulous mark. He just knew exactly where the ball was and how to play the player under the ball.
Yeah, big strong player, big strong key forward, and you can see why he's leading the goal kicking at the moment and putting a further gap between him and the others. So kicking only from about 20 metres this time. Kick on the way, and just snuck it inside that right-hand goalpost. So Steele has his third already in this second quarter, and Tiwi with a couple in a row close that margin right up to just a few points now.
Amazing fight back from two, even though they weren't really down, but they just they seem to be in that first quarter. They seem to be sort of chasing a bit. Now they're leading from the front, and Big Jack Steele, he's a fabulous player down there, and I'm going to give a little shout out to Goodwin, who obviously is not totally match fit when it comes to these conditions, but he's giving him plenty around the ground. He's putting some presence around, and that's sort of allowing their smaller players to run on people like Cantilla, to keep running at the footy and keep doing what they do well.
Yeah, so Goodwin having a spell from the ruck at the moment. Lockyer back in there for Tiwi, just giving him a chop out, but he's up against Jorgensen, who's
I think Lockyer's looked better in the ruck against Jorgensen. Similar sort of style of play. They both jump really high. As you said, 2 foot jump this fella.
Yeah. There he is again. Basketball jump. But it's Tar's first hands on the ball as the clearance from English. Out in front here of Gaspo with the tape around his head now, but Hillis again, another touch, hand pass over the top, but it's chopped off. Lakoviak works it to the outside, trying to get it to Willie Rioli. He cleverly pats it back to the advantage of a teammate, but Tars were onto it as swooping around Moo gets a hand pass inboard, but Tiwi get it on the rebound as the snapshot for goal comes in, but again it's just missed to the outer side, and this time it was Dwayne Karanua.
So it appears to what we're seeing here, Stu, is you've just got to keep peppering the goals down that end, because it's difficult to get a goal, although Jack still hasn't missed any down there so far, but he's been taking shots from 20 out, which helps.
Yeah, that's right.
But it's that's the way. Just keep that ball moving, keep it into attack, because it's working for Tiwi at this stage.
So Barty to bring it back in again for Tars, runs away towards the outer side of the ground and kicks long out towards the wing. Big leap from behind, but no mark taken. Lakoviak sweeps the hand pass backwards and gives Tiwi the chance to go forward around the outer side. Gets over the top, cleverly done by Kim Cantilla. Got past a couple, but then his teammate was under pressure from the hand pass. That was Twycross tackled, and the ball spilled out, and Tars out the back through Carter. Bring it around the outer side of the ground. picked up and hand pass forward again and then received back by Gasper. But they're working close to the boundary line, and Tiwi have closed in numbers as they go forward again around the outer side. Dwayne Kiranua in there puts the pressure on, and it stacks on with Michael Thompson in there as well.
So at this point in time, Tiwi have worked out what they need to do to stop the run for Tars by playing nice and close checking football, and they're getting the results up the other end too, with kicking 4 goals 5 to 4 goals 7. Great scorelines from both sides, really.
So Jorgensen did his own roving there, got the hand pass out, then received back, just fumbled that one a bit, but Carter in tight manages to get it onto the left boot and get it forward. Oh, hitting the ground hard there was Timmy Kiranua, but Tars pick it up and kick long down towards half forward again. The ball spills out the back. Ashton Hams wheels back around on his left boot and finds a teammate on the outside. That's Jake Nagawali. Nagawali looking to deliver into the centre of the ground. It is a good kick and finds Tippermanta Mary right in the middle of the ground here. Tippermanta Mary kicks down towards half forward, punched away from behind. Working back, Jorgensen's done well and good composure, and kicks out wide out in front of Timmy Kiranua, but there's a whistle on the play here, and I think the ball's going to come back. So
free
kick, but
right back down the ground. I don't understand that.
No advantage paid there. Coming back to Jorgensen.
Jorgensen's looking right and left, decides to go wide.
And Moscato out there, kick around.
This is good strong footy too from Tars.
Just maintaining possession here, picked up on the half volley. No, the mark's paid to Watkins.
Watch for Zeus here. I think he's just about to run through into the forward line.
Kicks forward and Tars again through Moscato. It's a good pass inboard. Finds Stephen Purintatameri. And it looks like there's a 50-metre penalty here, encroaching on the protected area. So Stephen Purintatameri is probably the first time we've called him in the game, but if it's his first touch, he's going to have a chance to score with it, with the advantage of that 50 metres.
Yes, and the player just ran straight across the protected area, and you can't do that these days. It's picked up straight away, and unfortunately, because he was just chasing his player, but that's how the rule is, and that's what's happened.
So Purintatameri, Tars be desperate for this one, just to stretch that lead out again. Bit of a staggered approach, kicks towards goal. I think he's snuck it in, has he? He has. The two fingers go up, and Stephen Purintatameri also obviously has his Tiwi Islands connections, and he'd be really happy to score that goal here at Wurrumiyanga Oval.
Yeah, so it puts it to a four-point lead to the Bombers, but that's a great run. And look, Tars just did that well. They had players in position. They were able to kick the ball over the top of the Tiwi runners, who are small in stature, most of them. So it was just a good set play each time and kick to position, and that's how they got through and got you'd say a lucky 50-metre penalty. It was there, and that sealed it off for them to kick their fifth goal.
Yep, absolutely. And once again, those main players today in Jorgensen and Hillis involved in the build-up, as back in the middle of the ground. Big fella Goodwin on the ground this time. Gets up, hands the ball back to umpire Manning, and it'll be a ball up again. Goodwin goes in side by side with Jorgensen, gets his hand to this one, but it spills to Withers. Withers kicks high towards half forward. From the punch, it slips out the back. Here's the chance for Stevens in some space. Running forward. Oh, he got tackled, gave the hand pass off, comes back to Stevens. He snaps towards goal, but too far, and I think he could have had a shot earlier, but ran himself into trouble.
He did. He looked up. There was a player there and thought, what am I going to do now? He had to go backwards, and unfortunately it caused a turnover. And then a snap shot. Yeah.
So McLean's kick in. Brendan Cantiller at ground level gives it off to Mahaugal at Koviak. He hand passes inboard. It's spilt there by Kiranua, but managed to recover. Got the hand pass to Darley. Darley long in towards goal.
Almost bounced through.
But Max Irwin working back, happy to get a hand to it and concede the behind. So we're almost hitting time on here in the second quarter, and it's Tars with an 8-point advantage.
You're watching AFL NT's coverage of the 2025-26 TIO NTFL season live on NT News and Community TV.
So kick forward, mark taken by Lockie Nash for Tars. He's got players running over the top. Hillis is one of them, but it was just too far out for him, and clever work at ground level, sees the ball in Lakoviak's hands.
Great
Kicks
kick
to his brother Mahale. Mahale Lakoviak around the wing has William Munkara in some space. He chips over the top. Oh, Brendan Cantilla,
Leave
no
it for
fear
Jack.
there.
Leave it for Jack, mate. Jack was there.
And to it, but now it's...
He probably said, well, Jack, you're too far out. You're 60 out. I'll have a go at this one.
There's a free kick been found here just as Waratah were breaking away, and it's going to go Tiwi's way. It'll be a kick.
Jack still was trying to claim it is, but I don't think it's going to go to him.
No, it's going to Brendan Cantilla by the looks. Who's
the veteran.
He's been lively, hasn't he, Brendan Cantilla?
And he gives them plenty, and he's just a leader around the packs and a leader on the ground.
So, from directly in front.
In the shadows of time on.
So he's only, you can see there, just about 20 metres out. Kicks pretty straightforward, makes no mistake.
Well done.
An answering goal there for Tiwi. They're fourth for the quarter, and Brendan Cantilla hits the scoreboard for the first time in the match. And the margin narrows to just a single point.
I think it's been a while since Tiwi kicked 4 goals in that second quarter, so that's fantastic from them, and they've just worked at it all day. There's been some pretty classy football played by Waratah, but they've held it, and as you said, there's only a point in it, so it's a fabulous game of footy to watch. It's just going to see, I guess it's going to come down to who can keep running and who can keep this style of play going into the second half. But Big Jorgensen's back in the ruck here. Sorry, it's not Jorgensen, it's Tom. He's not I don't think he's a natural ruckman, but he gives him plenty, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's right. He's got the size. He gets uses his strength this time, got the hand down, but Zeus read it best, and he wins the clearance for Tars, gets it to half forward, but Mahale Lakoviak across half back does well to get around the player in front of him, loops the hand pass over the top, and now Tiwi going forward again, but through the hands, Twycross at ground levels. Just leaves it for Willie Rioli in the end. He swings around on the right, kicks long towards the goal square, and the mark taken by Nigel Lockyer down there. Oh, was called to play on and kicks off the ground.
Doesn't matter, he's got a goal anyway. And Willie Rioli, what a fabulous run at goal, and he's going to have another shot.
Yeah, no, I think the mark was paid, and he tried to play it on off the ground, but
Big
he's going to have to take the sixth shot. But
no, it's not Jack. Yeah,
no, it's Lockyer. He's pretty much directly in front, only a couple of metres out, makes no mistake. So Nigel Lockyer gets another goal for Tiwi, and they hit the front for just about the first time in the match, and it's been a pretty impressive quarter by Tiwi.
Yeah, kicked 5 goals, and I think Paddy Bowden would be their coach would be pretty happy with the way they've kept at it and kept playing the same style of game. They've kept their structure and just keep running that ball forward. And it's a strong performance by Tiwi, even though I thought Tars have looked a bit more polished. Tiwi just throwing everything he got at them, and they've got some great players, individual around the ground that's given them the lift.
Yeah, Tiwi getting their hands on the ball more in this second quarter, had more of the play. And, Goodwin tries to take it again, but Zeus gets it to Jorgensen, kicks long towards half forward.
The partnership between Zeus and Jorgensen is fantastic, and I think it's because Zeus plays a lot of football down south, and that's the sort of ruckman they're used to playing to. So they get that run at being able to sneak a couple off the opposing ruckman as well.
So Nagawali wins the free kick, just a little hand pass out in front, and then got tagged, so wins the free kick, the ball over the top at ground level. So Tiwi with a chance through Munkara, gets a hand pass, wasn't the best for Twycross. Paulson comes in, claiming a free kick, but Tars tidy up, comes out to Zeus, close to the boundary line. He kicks forward and finds his teammate Hillis.
Yeah, Hillis he can't possibly shoot it from here, but he's looking for a lead somewhere. He's going to have to go long to the podium.
Looking for a marking option, or a big leap from behind, but no mark taken. Carlson Cantilla tidies up with a hand pass to Hams. Hams directs it straight up the middle of the ground. It's a good pass, and Twycross takes that mark at half back, looking to switch to the outer side. Oh, a bit casual, and Coming in was Keranua, affected the spoil as the ball comes back out to Zusti. Ham passes backwards over the top to Withers. Withers straightens up now, kicks long directly towards the goal square, but Hams was sitting back there and comfortably took that over the back.
Unfortunately, Twycross had the right idea, but you can't make a mistake on that back line. It's too obvious. You get punished by that, and just lucky that they've been able to get the ball back in their own hands, because that was way too casual, that kick.
So Simpson over the top to Nagawali and around the outside.
They're on here, I think.
Chipping it around here as we get close to half time. Dwayne Keranua.
Long way out.
Yeah, just slowing things right down here as he's got a runner, but decides to kick long around the outer wing. Off hands, it gets over the back. First there is Hoare for Tars. Sweeps a hand pass to Barty. Barty chips forward around the wing, but again it's brought to ground, and Rioli this time kicks forward, and the mark taken by Kim Cantilla. It's called to play on now on the left boot. The kick going forward is good, and the mark taken by Thaddeus Port Jimmy. He's out wide about the 50-metre area.
50 metres on that wing that's on its pocket that's hard to kick from, but he's a hometown player, and I think he'll know this ground very well, so let's see what he can do here, which way he kicks the ball. Be interesting to see which way.
So going in now with the left, the siren's gone as the kick comes in, but got the distance but just missed it to the left hand side, so it's a behind to end proceedings in the second quarter, and one in which Tiwi fought back, scoring 5-3 to snatch the lead at half time.
They just did everything right that time, Tiwi. They just kept it there, kept playing to position, kept playing the ways that they knew how to play, kept their attack on ball strong, and getting some great lifts, and I've just noticed in the last probably 5 or 10 minutes of that quarter, Willie Rioli's just starting to dominate around the ground a bit there and set a couple of things up going forward. You've got Carson, Cantilla, McLean, obviously Lukovac, and Big Jack Steele obviously down forward. So there's been plenty to like about the way Tiwi have played that. Of course, with Taj, you've got Jorgensen and Zoost doing everything right in the middle there, Barty, Hilius. And they're giving him plenty around the ground. They're still trying to play, and they should play the game where they kick to position. And that when they get it going, it looks really, really impressive. But a great game of footy so far, with hardly anything in half time. In half time, we've got Tiwi Bomber 6-7-43 to Waratah sitting at 5-7-37. That's the half time break. We're back here at Wurrumiyanga Oval on the Tiwi Islands very shortly.
We're for being in it together. Like Danny's team. She'll be captain next year.
For real?
For real! Or like this couple, celebrating their anniversary.
29 years today.
30?
Whoops, awkward. Well, congrats either way. And Sarah. She loves walking at East Point every Saturday with her besties.
Keep up.
I'm trying, Sarah. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston, where you're always welcome. Our cafe is the perfect place to unwind while the kids let loose in our fully supervised kids club. From our weekly lunch deals to nightly dinner specials, great steak, schnitzels, all your favourite pub classics and modern Asian cuisine. A great selection of drinks, tasty meals, a bit of friendly competition and the best sport. Kazali's has got you sorted. Check out what's happening at kazalisnt.com.au.
Are you ready to beat the coach?
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot in this clean. This is my city, yeah, this is my team. If you talk
Play now at supercoach.com.au.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch.
Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
We're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
Bring him up, up.
top-end footy is back. It's fast, tough and a pure display of territory passion. From the heat of the day to the electricity of the night games, every clash is fierce. Each moment better than the last.
Goal! They're into front!
This is our game, our way, top-end footy. Nothing comes close.
Good afternoon and welcome back to AFLNT's coverage of the 225-26 TIO NTFL Men's Premier League Round 9 for a live here from the Indigenous round from Wurrumiyanga Oval, where we've got the Tars and the Bombers going head to head, and currently Tiwi Bombers with a fabulous second quarter, Stu, with 5 goals to keep the 6-7-43 to the Tars 5-7-37. How did you see things in that first half?
Yeah, that's right. Tars got the first goal of the quarter, got them out by a couple of goals, didn't it? But Tiwi just hit back with 4 of the last 5 goals of the game to get themselves in front at half time. But the footy's been terrific, really, and there's been plenty of highlights. And Waratah started the game really well and looked like they might have had Tiwi's measure, but you never count the Tiwi Bombers out, and once they start getting the ball moving quickly, then they're really dangerous, and particularly here at home at Wurrumiyanga with the home crowd supporting them, they've put themselves in a pretty good position. But you'd like to think that Tars are well and truly in the game. They've played some good footy. They've controlled the ball at times, and just need to get a bit more of the possession than they had in the second quarter. Yeah,
Waratah's got that composed control style of game that they play so well, and that's what they've been able to do to get back in. And a couple of times they've just they've looked like they're down and out, and all of a sudden they've produced some of that fabulous football we know they can play. It's an interesting game, isn't it, here on the Tiwis, because the conditions, as we have said, we are fairly challenging. It looks like it's going to remain dry, touch wood. So that's it's still sitting around at 38 degrees, feels like temperature, so 33, 34 in real terms, but the humidity sits around 70%. I guess the saving grace today would be that there's not a lot of sun on your back, so you're not always looking for that shade. So it's going to make it an interesting second half. Tiwi Bombers play that running style of football, the fast up and down the ground type football, but they've got some good players out there too, some quality in their forward line, which obviously the great Rioli obviously is playing very well, but you've got Jack Steele down there, Lakovac doing some great stuff, and being fed by Carson Cantilla and Brenton Cantilla very well. Yeah, that's right. They've got good players all around, and Waratah have had a couple of standouts, haven't they? We mentioned before Mitchell Jorgensen in the ruckers and around the ground has been terrific for them, and Cody Zust and Joel Hillis particularly have given them plenty of go forward. So just need a bit more support for them and those players to keep getting their hands on the ball and giving themselves a chance. But Jack Steele up forward for Tiwi is a focal point, obviously, and has 3 goals on the board at half time, and is one that Tars defence really need to be wary of. And of course the small forwards for Tiwi just feed off him at ground level as well. And it's such an important game for Tiwi, as it always is on their home ground, but being Indigenous round, a time to honour Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island players and officials who have shaped and enriched their game for many generations. And of course these guys are shaping the game for future generations. So it's a good feel all around for them, and they've looked switched on today. I've thought one of the things I've really noticed about Cody Zeus's game is he's able to rove off both ruckmen. So if he gets the tap from his big fella, he gets it straight away. But also whenever Tom's gone in there or Jorgensen, he's been able to rove off those guys too. So such a fabulous player. As we're just about ready to start the second half, Stu. Yeah, we are, and it is an important game too. We're currently 4th on the ladder with 4 wins and 3 losses, and Waratah 6th with 3 wins and 3 losses. So if Tars can get up here, they can leapfrog Tiwi on the table. But we're underway, and the big fella Goodwin got his hand to the ball that time at ground level. Thompson working hard in there for Tiwi, and with Joel Stevens, but that's going to be a stalemate and a ball up again. So Tom Goodwin looks a lot better when he's able to stand right next to Jorgensen rather than allow that big leap over the top. That's right. Free kick been found here, and it's going the way of Russell for Tars. He wastes no time. Great kick. Swings around on the left, kicks high inside 50, but Carlson Cantilla again just picking that one off and chipping out wide to Braden McLean. McLean, the distributor from half back, kicks it long around the wing. It's punched away from behind. Tars first hands on the ball as they chip it forward, and the mark taken by Zust at half forward. He's inside forward 50 there, so he's
had a look back a couple of times. I think he's going to settle and take the shot here.
Yeah, so he's put himself in a pretty good position to have a shot on goal there. So that's the interesting end, that one. The wind swirls around a bit, so see which way he kicks the ball here.
Yeah, might be over his shoulder from there. So kick on the way. It's going right to the
Really
goal
good
line.
kick.
I think it's got over. Tiwi players claiming that they've touched it, but the goal umpire says they were over the line, and that's the start that Waratah, would have wanted in this second quarter. And Cody Zeus gets the goal on the board to tie the scores up early in the third quarter.
And he's pretty happy about it. He doesn't get too many shots on goal. He sets up plenty, but like all midfielders, when it's there to be taken, he'll jump on it and just kick that ball so well. As you said, the wind coming over his shoulder helped. He had it perfectly lined up and just kicked it straight. Didn't worry about trying to kick it left or right. And a fabulous shot on goal, which ties it all up here at Wurrumiyanga Oval. So 6-7 apiece. Fabulous game of footy to watch. I hope you're enjoying it today, live from the Tiwi Islands in Indigenous round.
See Joel Stevens and Michael Thompson, just a bit of dancing there. Goodwin tried to take it himself, couldn't take possession. Thompson gets it backwards, but picked off by Russell, got the hand pass out wide, and then running forward again. He picks up now. He's driven into the ground by Carlson Cantilla as he was just losing his footing going forward.
Almost a push in the back, but umpire deemed that he was fair in the tackle, so fair enough. We're going to go to a ball up.
Yeah, I think he was falling anyway, so happy with that. Ball spills to Thompson, gets a hand pass, but it's behind his intended target. He tidies up this time and gets it over the top to Darley. Darley with a clever kick along the ground, but Hillis comes in, gets a hand pass back and gets it to Kenner. Kenner goes high and long, but this time the intercept mark taken by Tippermanter Mary for Tiwi. He chips to the outer side of the ground and finds Anthony Munkara, who's been a bit quiet today for Tiwi, but he's one of those players that can just light it up in a couple of minutes when he gets on the run. As Cantilla trying to run away, got caught with the ball, hand pass backwards, and there's a free kick been paid here. And
a little bit slow off the mark there with the run, and tried to put the hand forward, but there's going to be a free kick to Tiwi.
Yeah, Anthony Munkara let the umpire know all about it too, that he was caught high, chips inboard, and the mark taken by Tippermanter Mary. He hand passes over the top to Mihail Lakoviak.
Oof.
He's run himself into some trouble as well, and the hand pass was deemed to be illegal. Didn't quite get the fist to it, so it's a Waratah free kick in the middle of the ground, and Joel Stevens, who's been in great form for Tars this year, has decides to kick long inside 50, but it's chopped off across half-back. Lakoviak again chips it out wide, looking for Munkara. It's knocked away from him by Barty. Well, Munkara has given away the free kick here, though. He was scooped the ball up beautifully, but gave away the free kick by pushing Barty in the back before that. So Barty goes back and taking plenty of time.
It's not the place you want to give away a free kick, because that's just where Cody Zeus kicked that goal from last time. So Barty says, well, if you can do it, I can do it too. Let's see what he does.
Yeah, looks like he might be a bit further out, but he's gone back confidently. He's outside 50 as he kicks that one. Going right to the line again. That's a pretty decent kick, I think, and it's gone all the way. That's a fantastic kick. Well, he thought he had it in him, didn't he, right from the start? He never really considered passing off or looking for other options. Backed himself and thumped a long one. So
I wonder if that's a bit of a word from the coaching staff at Tars. At half-time break, two players in a row have gone for the big kick from the boundary there, or from the pocket with the wind behind them, and both have been perfectly executed. So it's no good trying to take that swirling kick forward. You've got to take the big long one when you've got the wind over your shoulder.
Yeah, Roy Bartes plies his trade in the back line, of course, but worked forward, got the free kick and made the most of it. So 2 goals to open the scoring in the third quarter to Waratah, and they find themselves back in front. It's the ball spills to Hillis, who gets a hand pass over the top.
There you go again.
English got it on the outside. The kick comes inside 50, thumped away from behind, and Tiwi at ground level get it into the hands of McLean. He runs himself into some trouble. His hand pass is chopped off by Russell, and they're off and running again out to Zeus. Zeus kicks long towards goal again, but this time he's pushed it across the face and through for a behind only.
Tar's doing all the attacking at the moment, as they did in the start of those first 2 quarters. So it's obviously, you know, it's an energy level thing. Get out there, get those goals up early if you can, keep attacking.
So Kurt Dunn brings it back into play for Tiwi. Around the outer side of the ground again. Leapers at the ball, but it spills to ground level. Joel Hillis tries to get the hand pass forward, but he's been penalised for incorrect disposal here.
Ah, right, okay.
And
so he's got players streaming forward, but he's not going to. He looks like he's going to go long.
Yeah, Twycross it is. Oh no! Huge ride there. Play on's the call advantage. I think was unrealistic, and Tars go forward again. That breeze is really picking up. I think that ball has carried a long way on the breeze.
Amazing. And
has fallen into the hands of Jake Gasper right at the top of the goal square for Tars. So what a start to this third quarter by Waratah, and Tiwi really haven't taken it forward at all in the quarter.
Playing the breeze beautifully out to them at the moment, Tars.
So
Gasper puts it through.
From Gasper, no problem at all. Through for another goal. So 3 in a row to start the third quarter for Waratah, and they're out to a 13-point lead.
Yeah, a couple of goals break, and that's an important start. And you can see by the trees in the background that breeze certainly has picked up, going the way of the right of screen there towards the goals of Waratah. So they've used that ball well. They kicked that ball maybe 30-40 metres straight up in the air, but it just carried down 40 to 50, 60 metres. Amazing.
Yeah, clever use of the breeze, and I guess from here their objective would be to get a lead and hold on in the last quarter. As ball comes to Stevens, he shrugs off one tackler, then gets thrown to the ground after he got rid of the ball, and he'll get the free kick as he just held too long in the tackle, and Stevens really starting to dominate in the middle of the ground now. He kicks long again, uses the breeze, it goes a long way, falls into the hands here of Keranua, got tackled, got the hand pass backwards, chopped off by Thompson, gave it to Hams. He kicks around the corner, but Tars first to the ball at ground level. The hand pass comes to Hillis. Hillis goes short, laterally, and again good use of the footy, and gives themselves another set shot for goal from pretty much directly in front. This time it's Jack English.
Terrific vision from Hillis then. He just saw him out of the corner of his eye and put the ball in a perfect position. Everybody else thought he was going to take a shot on goal, but he knew what he was doing, and good communication between the two of them, Jack English and Hillis there.
English with the set shot. He's hung this one out to the left O, and it's a disappointing miss for Tars.
Because they were perfect start. Now they've got 2 goals won instead of 3 straight.
Yes.
And look, good footy from Tars. They've just they've taken this game up a notch here with their ability to kick to position and kick long with the wind.
So Tiwi to the outer side, Twycross caught in the tackle by Withers, and it'll be a ball up again. Umpire Callum Loney throws it in the air. Jorgensen works his way to the front, gets a fist to it. Hillis picks it up from the middle of the pack, basically. Gave it on the outside to Zeus. Just hand pass forward to Russell, but he was under pressure. And another Tiwi free kick going to Twycross once again.
See what he can do here. Sometimes he's a little casual with his kicking, but he went pretty well the first kick of this quarter.
Kicks long around the boundary, and a good mark taken by Lockyer.
Lockyer's looking right and left, looking for runners. I think he's going to go long again.
Yeah, looked inboard, but then decided to go long over the back. It's out in some space at the back here. It's a bit of a foot race to see who can get to it, and Tars get there first. They use it to Carter. He gets it back to Watkins. Back to Carter. And a floating kick around the wing. Finds Hall. That
got to be handed.
Yeah, it was a pretty clear jumper pull there, so Lockie Nash will come back and take the free kick, but their momentum forward was stopped by the free kick.
Professional kick, maybe.
Yep. Nash again decides to go long down towards half forward at ground level. Keranua, he
pulled off the
slung
footy
afterwards as well, but just got that hand pass. No, the free kick going Tiwi's way for incorrect disposal. So
Must have been not the thing off the ball.
Chip backwards to Carlson Cantilla. So
Playing well, Carlson Cantilla. Another big lead
leap from Chip and Woody this time, and another sling tackle.
Looks like they're lining up to take match of the mark of the year, both sides here. This is great for footy.
So it's Joel Stevens again. He'll get the free kick slung after he disposed of the ball. It's a pretty crowded forward line he's looking into. He kicks it high, going to the top of the goal square. See the wind swing that one back towards the goal as they get the hand pass out the back. Hillis, that one slips off the outside of his hand, and Tiwi, the chance through Thompson, gets it over the top to Twycross. He uses it by hand.
Well played.
To Darley. Darley switches straight across the ground here, but that's got too much heat on it for his teammate. Oh, it's done well there.
Yeah.
As
well, the ball was behind it. The wind was behind him, and he tried to switch it, and it just had too much carry. But did well to hold onto the footy.
There's another free kick to Joel Stevens being held this time.
He's racking up the kicks at the moment.
He is. He chips this one in. Oh, he's given that one too much air for Zust, and picked off by Kurt Dunn coming over the back. So Dunn now called to play on. He's looking to go down the ground. Mark spilt, but good recovery from Anzac Lakoviak. Kicks it to the outer side. It's punched away. Kim Cantilla at ground level went without the footy, and he got tackled, so wins himself the free kick. Cantilla looking to switch into the corridor here. Oh, the ball bounces, and
I think he was
Dwayne
right.
Kiranua looks like he's been shot.
he went down like a shot rabbit.
But won himself a free kick against Jorgensen. So
Jorgensen's looked at him and said, seriously?
Yeah. Kiranua sees something short that he likes, but good defence by Tars. Just knock it away as the kick comes away, and a whistle on the play here. It's a free kick downfield, so Tars now off and running. Zust has 3 bounces in about 10 metres.
Can't bounce it properly. The ground must be too thick there, the grass.
So he chips it inboard to Murature, and Murature finds Joel Hillis, who indicated that he was going to have the shot for goal, but then gave it off instead.
Put them in a position where they're going to have the wind behind them rather than across the face. Clever football.
So I think it's Max Irwin out there with the ball in hand.
Socks down, concentration, eyes over the footy. Perfect instruction for junior footballers. That's how you line up for goal in the wind.
Yeah, it is Irwin. His kick on the way, but it's short. Oh, the mark over the top.
Oh, it's not paid.
Not paid. He swings around, kicks towards goal anyway, and I think he's put it through. He has. So terrific play by Timmy Kiranua. Gee, it looked like a mark from here, didn't it? But
it did, but what a fabulous bit of play too. He just didn't give up on it, didn't complain to the umpire, just kept at it, and probably one of the goals of the day. That one, fabulous kicking, fabulous goal right in front of, fabulous goal kicked right in front of goals. There is a front and square goal where he wasn't paid the free kick, and that's a good example of how you don't play the whistle, just keep going.
Yeah, that's right. Heard the call and swung around, snapped it on the boot, and now Waratah with 4 goals in a row to open this third quarter, and Tiwi looking a little bit shell-shocked at this stage, and all of a sudden that margin out to 20 points, and Tiwi have got plenty of work to do.
And 20 points in a game where there's only been 63 and 43 kicked is a pretty good break. So that's an indication of how this game's gone in the first part of this quarter. I hope you're enjoying the game here from the Tiwis. You're watching AFL-NT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL season live on NT News and Community TV.
Nigel Lockyer with the clearance inside forward 50, but the kick just at the ankles there of Brendan Cantilla, and he gives away a free kick in the end, and it'll be Barty. He's called to play on now.
Big handball.
Gets a long hand pass over the top to Jorgensen. He goes inboard to Zust. Zust gets past one tackler, then runs into another, got his hand pass out as Roberts goes backwards to try to get them going forward, but that kick's smothered, and now McLean again off half back, just calm, has a bounce, kicks long inside 50 from the side. The mark wasn't taken, and Waratah rebound once again back into the middle of the ground. The It's taken by Kiranua. His hand pass is spilt there, but the hand pass comes back to Kiranua. He gets caught, gets something of a hand pass out as coming in to help was Nick Hoare. And the ball's going to come back. It's going to be a Waratah free kick. It's going back to Irwin, in fact. He plays on by hand to Zeus. Zeus chips the ball forward, and that's a good kick and a good mark taken coming out from the goal square. And a chance for Waratah again from pretty close range. It's Nick Hoare.
And hats off to Ricky Noel. He's got this side playing really good footy. The style there, the opportunity immediately was given, and that's something they obviously practice a lot at training. Well done.
So the set shot from Nick Hoare looks pretty good. The wind gets hold of it now, but had enough on it and through for another goal. This is an amazing quarter from Waratah here at Wurrumiyanga Oval, as they've kicked the only 5 goals of the quarter and just about blown this game apart.
A bit like Tiwi did in that second quarter. They were chasing a lead and they kicked 5 and all of a sudden Tars have got a massive lead here, really in contention of the game. They've kicked 10 goals 9, so they've missed a few, but they've been nice and straight this quarter. And Tiwi's still sitting on 6 goals 7. Tiwi's going to have to do something pretty special pretty quickly, and they can do that. We know they're sitting at 17 minutes into the quarter, so plenty of time. They just got to get a couple back here so they can go in with a fighting chance to come out of them in that last quarter as they do.
Yeah, there might be a 6-6 issue here as we just get organised. But yeah, Tiwi have not added even a behind to their half-time score so far in this quarter, and
haven't looked like it, have they really?
No, it's been one-way traffic.
As soon as they get rid of the 6-6 rule that they're apparently going to get rid of, the better, I think.
Big thump from Lockyer, but just picked off at the back of the pack there by Muratore. He swings it long towards half forward. Ham's waiting for it to bounce, and does bounce, but then runs away from him over the boundary line.
Hasn't been his best game, Ashton Hams, but he's still the general down there. He still controls what goes on, and he's rebounded most of the attack from the running forwards. But when the big balls come in late with the height and the big marks, it's very difficult to defend, almost impossible.
So Lockyer again with a clearance for Tiwi. But Irwin across half-back gets a hand pass inboard to Barty. Barty just thumps it long down towards the 50-metre line, but Carlson Cantilla once again just tidies up with another intercept mark. And switches out to Hams. Hams inboard to Darley. Darley takes the mark and now plays on around the outer side, but again, not well directed, and Harvey Roberts just stands in the way and takes that intercept mark.
He's looking to offload it, which he does short.
To Irwin marks and hand passes forward now as Tars go inside 50 again with a long ball punched away this time by Cantilla out towards the boundary line and beats all players over the line. And it'll be a boundary throw in about 25 metres around from the Waratah goal.
And Waratah are well drilled. They just go the same way each time. They know which way to go with the wind behind them, and they're playing a copybook style of football that you need to play on the Tiwi Islanders games because of the wind and the breeze and the way that works, and they've worked it out pretty well with a massive quarter so far for them.
So that throw-in falls a bit short, and Michael Thompson swoops on it. It's a wobbling kick forward, and it's chopped off by Barty again. He hand passes backwards Carter, almost a throw there, and that's the way the umpire's seen it. So the free kick going to Francis Tippenwoody. He's keen to play on, now gets around the player on the mark. Kicks long forward again, out in front of Brendan Cantilla, but spilt the chest mark. The ball spills now. Here's a chance for Anthony Mankara. He swings it long towards goal. It gets over the top of the pair of players there, but bounces away across the face of goal. And
still can't get a score. Almost 20 minutes, almost three-quarter time, and they haven't troubled the score at all.
Yeah, their best chance for the quarter here with boundary throw-in right next to the behind post in their forward line. So they just try to sort themselves out. Steele eventually decides to come in to do the ruck work. Thumps it forward. Kim Cantilla at ground level, but Hillis it is for Tars, who picks it up and runs away. Chips the ball out wide to Stevens, and that was too easy really coming out of defence for Waratah. No pressure on their players at all as Stevens, who's had a big third quarter, chips it over the top to Hillis, who kept running forward. He hasn't got a lot to go to, but a chip pass forward is good. And Hoare gets the hand pass back to Hillis, inboard to Zeus. Zeus running inside 50, has the bounce when he probably didn't need to, and that meant that he got tackled in the end, and it's going to be a Tiwi free kick.
Pushing it back.
Yep, Nagawali it is, who chips it over the top, and he finds Dwayne Kiranua, who marks and now often running around the near side wing. That's a good pass, finding Steele. Steele wants to move it quickly, chips over the top, and Francis Tipungwoody running forward.
He played on, didn't he? That's what Tycross thought anyway.
That's what
I think it's Tycross, is it? No, it's not.
No.
Too big for him.
So it's perhaps a bit fortunate there, but it's a mark to Francis Tipungwoody, and he'll have the chance with a set shot.
He should get round on his right and swing it in, kicking against the breeze that way.
So 22 minutes gone, and Francis Tipungwoody taking plenty of time here.
Splendid pink boots he's got on there. Can't miss him.
So Tipungwoody looking for Tiwi's first score of the quarter. Kicks on the way, he's just squirted that out, and
was a
early
mark.
Jumper. Mark taken by Lockyer, but
It's not bad.
No, I think Anthony Munkara was up early with hands on the shoulders there, so the free kick paid to Barty. So not much going right for Tiwi in this third quarter as the kick comes out to Hillis. He takes the mark and now just jogs off, waiting for something to develop for him.
A little bit casual.
It was a bit, but he managed to get away from it. Chips inboard, and again, just not Tar's cleanest passage of play there, and there's a couple of mistakes, sees the ball go over the boundary line.
And I think that's just energy. You know, you just run out of energy at this end of the quarter, and it becomes harder and harder to run that ball out. You just take a bit of a breather, and then the next thing you know, there's a player upon you. Big Tom Goodwin runs at the ball.
Yeah, got the hit out forward, but Kenner, it is doing the follow-up work. Hillis punches it forward, trying to get it to the advantage of Kiranua. He picks up, tries to hand pass past his opponent, but he does that, but it rolls out of bounds, and it'll be a throw in again.
And I wonder if it's worth trying Big Tom Goodwin and keeping him behind the ball, trying to repel that attack. It just seems to be they're a bit sixes and sevens, if you like, Bombers when Tars go forward with the strength they've got.
Yeah, Tars have been happy to bomb it long, haven't they, in this quarter, and it's paid off for them. As the siren goes to end the third quarter, and what a third quarter it was for Waratah. They were trailing by 6 points at half time, and they've come out in the third quarter, added 5 goals, 2 to no score, and suddenly it looks like it's a Waratah game, Mark.
Well, it does, and Big Joel Stevens, he's been terrific, but he obviously going on. Cody Zoost, they've been fantastic. I mean, the Bombers have tried hard with a few of their players, but they weren't able to get any sort of penetration forward. In fact, they didn't get a score, I don't think, in that quarter. No. So you can't go a quarter in NTFL Premier League football and not get a score, because that puts you into all sorts of trouble going into the last quarter. So it's really important that the Bombers dig deep here. But the Tars, they put on a showcase of footy here at Wurrumiyanga over on the Tiwi Islands. We're just about ready to take the third quarter break, so we'll catch up with you straight after this.
We're for being in it together. Like Danny's team. She'll be captain next year.
For real?
For real! Or like this couple, celebrating their anniversary.
29 years today.
30?
Whoops, awkward. Well, congrats either way. And Sarah. She loves walking at East Point every Saturday with her besties.
Keep up.
I'm trying, Sarah. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston, where you're always welcome. Our cafe is the perfect place to unwind while the kids let loose in our fully supervised kids club. From our weekly lunch deals to nightly dinner specials, great steak, schnitzels, all your favourite pub classics and modern Asian cuisine. A great selection of drinks, tasty meals, a bit of friendly competition and the best sport. Kazali's has got you sorted. Check out what's happening at kazalisnt.com.au.
Are you ready to beat the coach?
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This is my city, yeah, this is my
now at supercoach.com.au.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch.
Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
We're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, 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 up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back.
Top End Footy is back. It's fast, tough and a pure display of Territory passion. From the heat of the day to the electricity of the night games, every clash is fierce. Each moment better than the last.
Goal! They're into front!
This is our game, our way. Top End Footy. Nothing comes close.
This is coverage of the 225-26 TIO NTFL Men's Premier League Round 9 game, and we're on live from Tiwi Wurrumiyanga Oval, where we saw Waratahs go to a 5-0-0 quarter that time.
Amazing quarter from Tars, the visiting side, and Tiwi with all the work to do now, but interesting to see if they can use the breeze as well as Waratah did in that third quarter, but they need to get their skates on and start scoring early. But it's Tars first hands on the ball. Joel Stevens again, another clearance to start the quarter, gets it out wide. Paulson picks up, gets a hand pass forward, and Tars going forward again as the underground pass is picked up, but Gasper wrapped up in the tackle, and it'll be a ball up out at half forward for Waratah on the outer side of the ground.
They really need to get their skates on here, Bombers, and get that ball down their forward line and just keep pumping towards those goals. That's what they did in the second quarter to get their 5-goal quarter in that second quarter.
So Tiwi get it across half back now as McLean's kick finds Thaddeus Portjimmy. Portjimmy swings around the player on the mark and back onto his favoured left foot, kicks long towards half forward.
That's a good kick.
It's out the back here. Willie Rioli and Carter doing battle out there. Carter tried to get around Rioli but ran over the boundary line in doing so, so it'll be a boundary throw in. So it was a pretty quick transition from Tiwi from defence down to deep in their forward half, but it's only a stoppage and they need to work the ball from here towards their goal as the boundary throw-in comes in. Punched away by Lockyer. Withers at ground level, got the hand pass on the up, but that kick from Barty has swung straight off and out of bounds on the full, and so two with a chance to go back in again.
To reset, they're going to kick against the breeze here, so they've got to get the ball across the other side if they possibly can to the left-hand side of screen, as we're looking at the moment where the breeze gets behind them. Umpire's making sure that he's right behind his mark, so he tried to sneak a couple of metres further around. Wasn't going to happen.
Indicating that he's going to go long. Portjimmy.
He does go long.
But well read and chopped off by Joel Hillis, who's had some sort of game today. Hillis, another intercept mark here, and he's worked all over the ground and now kicks out. But this one time the kick falls a bit short. Nicely picked up by Zeus. Got it to Stevens. Stevens and back out again, and now Tars going forward. Good use of the football on the mark taken by Hoare. He takes the mark, wastes no time, plays on.
Oof.
Gets it over the top. That's a beautifully weighted kick and into the path of Jake Gasper running back with the flight of the ball. So quick movement of the ball by Tars, caught the Tiwi defence out and
just did what they did that second quarter again, just kick to position and get players running into the right position and give your forwards a chance to kick at goals from 10-15 metres out each time.
So Gasper just preparing himself. Looks like he's going to kick this one around the corner.
Breeze gets up again, going against him, but
he just caught that one too fine and through for a behind only. So a let off for Tiwi as Hams brings the ball back into play.
Ham's looking to see what he can do here, but he's been told to go back.
So changes his mind and comes to the near side of the ground. Punched away from behind, but Emboscado at ground level gets a hand pass forward. Hillis picks up and that's almost a throw over his head. Play on's the call as Willie Rioli gets involved with the tackle there, and he'll be rewarded. So a good strong tackle on his opponent, Seb Carter. And Willie just chips outside.
And Seb Carter's done a good job on Willie Rioli today, but every time that he's had a chance, he's set up a couple of good plays, Willie.
Well, Koviak tries to break the tackle there, and the tackle was too strong from Cody Zust.
And doesn't appreciate the after tackle attention he's getting and pushes back a little bit.
So this short to Carter. Carter under pressure gets a hand pass to Stevens, off to Paulson. Paulson switches it out wide, and now a chance for Tars again through Russell. Russell into the forward pocket. Another big leap down there by Keranua. Oh, tempted kick off the ground by Moo, but just slid off the side of the boot and through for a behind.
It's almost a Moo special. Ryan and himself both do the same sort of thing when they're running towards goal. Ryan when he's playing.
Hams goes in short to
He's played
McLean.
on.
He's called to play on now. And just gets it out of the danger area, but it's picked up by Roberts, who
What
chips
a great
inboard.
kick.
Beautiful pass. And straight down the throat of Timmy Kiranua. He's wastes no time now, plays on, swings towards goal, and he's put it through. It's another Waratah goal, and it's another goal to Timmy Kiranua, and just what Tiwi didn't need as Tars now kicked the first goal of the final quarter after kicking all 5 in the third quarter.
And he's a slightly built player, he's Timmy Kiranua, but gee, he's quick and he's fast around the ball, and he puts himself into position, and he's got some great footy coming forward from his big midfielders who are feeding him beautifully, and it's just been a bit of a run around for him to just be in the right place at the right time and get those goals, and he doesn't miss too many.
Yeah, that's right, and he's really given them a spark in this second half up forward with a couple of terrific goals. Likes to kick them on the run,
and as you said earlier, he's from Tiwi, so he loves to play on this ground.
Yep.
And he wants to prove a few people that he can still play footy at the very highest level here at the NTFL.
So Big Goodwin wins the hit out this time, but again it's Tars with the clearance. The hand pass comes across to Stevens. Stevens long towards the goal line, and coming back and across was Tippermanta Mary. Just had the ball knocked away from him and through for behind.
And that's where they're losing it too, where they just can't get a tap out of the middle, and because Tars are playing such a good brand of football, once they get their hands on the footy, it's difficult for them to defend.
Oh, just a bit casual there from Dunn, but it's good enough to recover. And now kicks long straight down the middle of the ground, which is probably where they have to go, but no one at the fall of the ball. And
Played
Harvey Roberts again just chops it off.
Almost playing the fullback role there, just running around that back line, and or goalkeeper, whatever you want to call it, and he's picking him off as they come down, Harvey.
Jorgensen received that one, now kicks down the
Too
line.
casual with the
Zeus.
kick.
Oh, this hand pass was affected by the tackle on the jumper. Zeus comes in. I think he's pretty obviously caught him high that time, and the free kick's been paid, and wasting no time and playing on. Dwayne Kiranua has a bounce, now switches back into the corridor, but Robbie Barty read that one and just took the intercept mark pretty easily out in front, and now we'll kick it back to the direction that it came, and Murature gets it over to Zeus. Zeus long inside forward 50. It's a one-on-one down there. Ball forced to the ground, and finds its way over the boundary line for a throw-in.
It's a chance to reset again now, and it's a pretty handy lead when you look at that 11 goals 12. It's an interesting scoreline. As we say in footy, the first one to get to 100 points wins it. I don't think it get to 100 points today, but very, very good chance.
Yeah, they've dominated in the second half as ball at ground level. Tars again. Murature gets a kick around the corner. It's punched away in front this time by Tippermanta Mary, but the kick comes out. A quick kick forward, but Braden McLean standing right on the goal line. Went straight into his hands, and he kicked it out to the outer side of the ground. Withers first to it out there, shrugs off a tackle from his opponent, delivers forward, ball off hands over the top, comes back now to Puruntuta Mary for Tars. They get it through the hands over the top, and now here's a chance. Joel Stevens standing in the goal square, receives and then kicks the ball out of the ground as he celebrates. But great build-up play. The hand pass over the top from Jake Gasper to Stevens, and Stevens just having a bit of a spell forward is equally effective, and gets himself on the scoreboard.
And he's relishing in being forward, isn't he? Having a rest up forward, and he's contributing while he's there, and that's just an ongoing game, an ongoing style of game that they've played the whole game, and they've just brought it today, haven't they, Tars? And they've just been fantastic. It's a copybook style of football that Ricky Nolan and the coaching team down there be very pleased to see that they're putting into place very, very well again, and they've won. They've won this game quite convincingly by the stage here, and it's ended a Bombers run of 3 wins, so they'll be pretty disappointed with their performance so far. They must now try and reduce the damage, stem the flow a little bit for percentage later in the year.
Yeah, well, Tars started well, probably didn't get the advantage on the scoreboard that they might have in that first quarter, and then Tiwi had that strong second quarter, and it looked like that they were potentially going to run away with the game, but it's completely turned around in this second half, and Waratah have added 5 in the third quarter and another 2 in this quarter, and Tiwi have not scored at all since half time. It's been an incredible turnaround. So Big Jorgensen again gets a hand to the ball. Coming in off the wing was Watkins. He gets taken to the ground.
It'd be interesting to see the stats when this produced during the week from Jack Knight's stats, that how many hit-outs actually Jorgensen's got. But to my mind, he's probably won 90% or more of those hit-outs at the centre bounces anyway.
So Emboscado coming from half-back takes that mark, and now chipping out. But
that's disappointing.
Yeah, just missed with the kick.
He started well too, Emboscado, but he's sort of faded a little bit. Like maybe he's being held, or perhaps he's just finding conditions a bit uncomfortable.
McLean into the middle of the ground, well-directed kick. The mark taken.
And that's strong play.
Has Lockyer on the outside. The hand pass put him under some pressure, and a good tackle from Kyle Russell, who's worked into the game nicely in this third and fourth quarters. He chips out to Hillis, who's continuing to rack up possessions in this game. Chips the ball back inboard to Emboscado. Emboscado now from halfback kicks long out towards the near side wing. Punched away Stevens at ground level, or a clever tap over the back, but just missed the target. It's picked up now by Muratore, who kicks long inside forward 50,
good
but running back with the flight of the ball. Tipperman Mary took it, gives it off to Hams. Hams really has nothing to go to, so eventually chips it high and finds his teammate Nagawali on the outer side. Is trying to claim a 50-metre penalty, but umpires having nothing of it. Oh, it's a big leap by Steele, got a hand to it but couldn't mark it. Carter tidies up for Tars, gives it to Paulson. Paulson has a player inboard, and that's Joel Stevens again, who's had his own football in the second half here. He kicks long, he's got a player over the top. That's a
good play,
well-directed kick, and running back, taking the mark, Jordan Watkins falling backwards. And he'll stand up, take plenty of time, and have the shot at goal. And
that's what happens if you get a turnover like that. All the Bombers players were running forward, trying to set up an attacking run, and of course, once the ball comes back towards Waratah's goal line, he's on his own, and was an easy kick to an unguarded player, and he's looking like he's going to line up for their 13th goal.
Jordan Watkins kicks high. Gollum moves late as the ball just drifts away to the right-hand side, and 3 for behind. So not a goal added, but another score, and Tiwi have the length of the ground to travel as Mihail Lakoviak brings the ball back into play.
Where's the next goal going to come from? They must be thinking that themselves. They didn't kick since I think about 20 minutes into the first quarter. The second quarter. They haven't kicked a goal since then, or a score.
That's right, as the hand pass comes back inboard. Picked up here by Anzac Lakoviak. He gets tackled by 2 Waratah's players, and he'll be penalised there for not disposing of the ball, but great desperation by Tars again.
It is, and they just want to win this game, and they want to keep going, don't they? Look at that kick.
Carter with the free kick, switches straight across the ground to Kenner. Kenner around the outer side, out in front of Paulson on the bounce. Just sits and waits, and then delivers with a hand pass over the top, but the fumble allows Kim Cantilla in. He runs away now, has a bounce, but then gets caught with the ball.
Well, I don't want to be too tough here on Tiwi, but there's a lot of players jogging. They've got to keep running. They've got to try and keep the scoreline, stop the flow of goals.
Paulson inboard to Zust. Took the mark out in front, called to play on now. Looks for a leading player, and he finds one in Kyle Russell. Russell quickly moves the ball around the boundary line in the forward half, and Muratore takes another mark inside forward 50.
And Ashton Hams is showing the frustration. He's just pointing at players, saying, who's on them? Where are they? What are you doing? Why aren't we picking up our players? We know what we need to do. We need to pair off. We need to cover players, but they're just unable to do it at this stage.
Yeah, it's been a really disappointing second half from Tiwi as Muratore with the set shot. Kick goes across the face and through for behind.
They kicked a lot of behinds, but that's due to the conditions, of course. 12 goals, 14 currently. They've done everything right here. They've just got to play this game out and make sure that they keep the scoreline going along so they can keep their percentage in good shape going into finals in the second half of the year. It's a bit early to call finals, but they're going to be a contender by the looks of things.
Ashton Hams is long round the outer side. Nice mark taken by Brendan Cantilla. There's a 50-metre penalty here. Once again,
approaching.
Yep, inside the protected zone. So Cantilla gets marched down to...
And he's got the wind behind him, so he should just go long and try and find a marking or a running forward down there. They're all going to be covered because the 50-metre penalty, but just keep it's going to play on.
Yep, runs around the player on the mark, runs to the 50, kicks long towards goal. It's going right to the goal line, and it's knocked away, and eventually Barty happy to concede a rush behind. And that's
their first point since the 20 minutes of the second quarter.
Exactly. Just a rush behind. So
it was the right move, though. That's what they've got to do. They've just got to throw everything at them now. They've got eight minutes or so, perhaps a bit less, 6 to 8 minutes to just try and show something here and show their fans, their local loyal supporters that they're going to be a good side, and they've got to come up against Nightcliff Tigers next week, who have taken all before them. So it's important they make a statement here.
Roberts in short to Zust. Zust has had a terrific game himself. Been very busy.
He's up there with Hilius as being best on ground. The two of them have just dominated.
Of course, as soon as we say that, he has a
Turns it
blemish
over.
and kicks it out on the full.
Cody.
Twycross high to half forward. But again, it's Tars more desperate at ground level. Carter really enjoyed his game from defence today. Seb Carter, as Stevens caught with the ball this time. Thumps it backwards, but he's going to be penalised. Trying to take the advantage. I don't know if it's going to be allowed. It doesn't look like it. The ball's got to go back. It's going to be a Tiwi free kick. And will come all the way back to the front edge of the centre square. And Cantilla
goes short.
And Kim Cantilla out on the long lead, got there. So the kick was good. Cantilla hit the ball at speed and took the mark, and he'll have a set shot from inside 50. Not wasting much time on this, as you can imagine. Pretty quiet day from Kim Cantilla today. Gives it plenty of height, and the ball taken by the breeze through the goal, and at the last, Tiwi have got a goal in the second half, and it's come at almost the 18-minute mark of the final quarter, and Kim Cantilla gets his first goal for the day, but too little too late as far as the outcome of the game is concerned.
It is, but if you have a look at the players that went over to congratulate him, they're still smiling, they're still enjoying their footy. I mean, they're such a good club when it comes to that spirit down there, and or up there, I should say, on the Tiwi Islands, and they love playing at home. And if they could get 2 or 3 more, that's just going to make it a bit more comfortable for them going into their next home game, which is the last one for the year for them, live from the Wurrumiyanga Oval. We hope you're enjoying the coverage of the AFL NT TIO season here from Wurrumiyanga Oval. Let's see, live on NT News and community TV stations.
Lockyer wins the hit out, but again, Hillis reads it at ground level. Well, he tries to break the tackle, but he's caught this time. Brendan Cantilla was the tackler, but it's taken quickly, the kick forward. But I think the ball's going to have to come back again.
Almost a carbon copy of the last 4-0 forward. Or is it going to Tars, this one? Can't see.
No, I think... Oh, it looks like it is. So it must have been something off the ball, and Hillis takes the free kick, chips out wide, and Withers marks on the near side wing. He's going to go back inboard, looking for Hillis, takes the mark and plays on quickly with a hand pass.
What a hand pass.
Yeah, to Stevens. Stevens on the run through half forward, kicks long towards goal, but just dragged that one too far.
Bullet-like hand pass to Stevens, wasn't it? Just straight and hard as it went.
Stevens just not able to kick it straight on that occasion, but has had a good game as McLean brings the ball back into play. Goes long down the middle of the ground, but again, it's Tars at ground level. Oh, that's Bit of a late hit on Hillis as Zeus kick comes in. Play seems to have stopped here. Is the advantage going to be paid? I think it is, as Timothy Keranua just had a look over his shoulder to see if he was going to be allowed to run on. He was, and he puts it through for his second goal of the quarter, third of the game, and you could just see there was a bit of a late hit on Joel Hillis.
Yeah, and Tim Cantura, he's just done everything right as a small forward. He's been in the right position at the right time. Smart enough to have a look back just to make sure that the free kick had been paid, and then just wandered into a goal to kick his third, second for the quarter, and they've gone to a 93-50 lead. It's just a huge win for Waratah. We can see if they can get another one here just to get over that magic 100-point mark.
Stevens again, clever hand pass out to Muratore. Muratore inside forward 50. Tars first to the ball at ground level. The hand pass comes out to Zeus. He dribbles one along the ground in towards goal. It's gone all the way through. A very clever goal from deep in the forward pocket there. And great work from Jake Gasper getting it over to Cody Zust. And they're really celebrating there in the forward half now. Enjoying their work out there in the forward line for Tars.
And Cody Zeus was their leading goal kicker coming into this game, only playing 4 games. He's averaged 2 per game. I think he's got 2 or 3 today, so he's doing what he does well, and he's just had a fantastic game, all-round performance, and a very nice fellow too to speak to. He understands footy. He's a leader around the club, and he's the sort of fellow that you love to build a side around. That's what they've done with Cody this year.
Yeah, 3 goals today for Cody Zust. Good reward for his efforts.
So he's kicked 11 for the season, and that's pretty good, and only playing 5 games. And he's probably not done yet. There might be another chance, but they've just got that 99, so I know it's not that important, but it is to players. They look back and go, did we get the century? Here we go again.
Yeah, chance again. Hillis again, another kick inside on the bounce to Jorgensen. Jorgensen from 50 chips a ball into the forward pocket. Zust is there again. Just paddles it forward.
He shouldn't have been anywhere near that, but he was.
Hand pass comes over the top, and it's going to be rushed through, and that brings up the 100 for Waratah.
They'll be happy with that.
So exactly double their score right now, 100-50, as Tiwi bring it away from the back half, and Lukoviak with a couple of bounces on the run gets a hand pass forward.
Played well today, Lukoviak. In a poor team effort, he's been a bit of a shining light, I think, Lukoviak. He's and his brother too.
Yep. Chip over the top, and Tars going forward through Withers again, and this time finding Gasper. Gasper indicating that he's going to kick long from here.
He hasn't had a great record today, so we'll see how he goes with this one. Oh, going to go short.
Changes his mind, and the short option was there, and he gave it off to Kyle Russell.
Pretty tight angle. He's looking to try and straighten it up.
Russell, the left footer. Going to go short, just chips it up, gives it some air. It's knocked away from Keranua this time. Stevens at ground level picks up, but has it knocked away from him by Braden McLean and over the boundary line.
And you'd say Stevens and McLean, they're 2 war horses, but I think Stevens has probably got the upper on him today, especially in that first half. I thought he was very, very strong. He's probably gone out of the game a little bit in the second half, but hasn't needed to do as much, and he's been terrific all day, really, with his run and his leadership around the ground.
Well, Muratore just weaves a path through the pack there and gives it off to Gasper, who kept it low inside the goalpost, and it's another Waratah goal. So
the gas gets one. He's happy. Get on the gas.
But that was amazing stuff from Muratore. He just ran through players like they weren't there, and
just
then gave it off.
Wandered around, didn't he?
Yeah.
Just like a pinball. Around the players and got round, and that's the 15th goal for Waratah. You'd take that any day of the week. 15 goals in a game where you were probably 50-50 chance of winning, and Bombers have only been able to put 1 goal, addition to their score in the second half, so that's been a terrific all-round performance from Waratah, and they can go out of this game taking a lot of joy out of this and a lot to build on, as they've got one or 2 more games to go for the year, and then into the break and into the second half of the season, the all important second half in the rain.
So back in the middle, this time Darley for Tiwi, gets it out to Tipperman Mary. He kicks long towards half forward, but Tars again set up in defence. The hand pass comes to Emboscado, who got it over the top to Nash. Nash gets it out of the defensive 50, round to the wing. It's knocked forward for Tiwi. Anthony Munkara gives it by hand to Darley. Darley kicks high and long inside forward 50, punched away, or just fumbled by at ground level by Munkara that time, as the kick forward by Tars, and the mark taken by Moo. He chips over the top, out wide, and it's Murature again. He takes the mark as the siren goes to end the game, and an amazing turnaround here at Wurrumiyanga Oval. Tiwi leading by 6 points at half time, and Waratah have kicked 10 goals to 1 in the second half to completely dominate and run out winners by 56 points, Mark.
Yeah, look at a fabulous game from a fabulous all-round game from the Tars with great games from Hilius, Zeus, Stevens, Timmy Karantua, Tim down forward, Kyle Russell, Hilius, Seb Carter, as you mentioned earlier. It's been a terrific all-round game for them, and one out of the ruck too. Every time Gas was in that roof, in that game, in the ruck work there, he won convincingly. And the Bombers, well, they had some good contributors. I mean, Harms tried hard all day in Natawura, Kentilla, it's Carlson, Lacusa, but you can't say a lot about that performance in the second half because they didn't do much, really, and they weren't able to match it with Tars, and they'd be pretty disappointed the way that game went out, and they've got to get into the showers now, regroup, get around each other, talk about what they did and didn't do well. I see Paddy Bowden on the screen just walking back there now, looking a bit despondent, but they've got to regroup, ready to play their final home game for the year against Nightcliff next week. But Tars are going on, taking all before them, and a fabulous game from the Warriors. I just thought it was a real exhibition of footy.
Yeah, they were terrific. Second half especially, you can see Ricky Nolan, the Waratah coach, on screen there as meeting up with some of his old acquaintances from Tiwi, but terrific second half performance, and the form coming in was good. It was just a question of whether they could match it with Tiwi at home. Well, they've certainly done that, and they've set themselves up for a real crack at the remainder of the season.
They have, and that concludes our coverage here from Wurrumiyanga Oval, where the Tiwi Bombers have come out the Waratah Warriors have come out 15-16-106, easily defeating the Tiwi Bombers 7-8-50. We hope you've enjoyed your coverage, and stay tuned for the other games coming through Community TV and TIO and the NT News.